Yeah, I think, listen, it really, everyone's situation is different in terms of what they can afford. I think ultimately, when you're investing in something that is a hedge against the world and things that are happening, I can tell you that our clients, when they get out of other things and they get gold and silver and they get it delivered to their house or they get in their IRA, they always say they feel better about the decision that they made. They feel comfort because they know that this can't be printed. Right? It has to be mined. And what a lot of people don't realize is that the gold supply in terms of mining only goes up about 1% per year. If the dollar only went up by 1% per year, I think we'd all be very happy, but that's not what happened. I mean, they've printed more money in the last 4 years than they did in the 20 years before that. So I think what it comes down to is just supply and demand, right? That's what people want. They want an item that has demand. It's, they use this in heart monitors. They use it in, solar panels is big for silver, 20 grams in every solar panel. So it's a lot. So there's inherent industrial demand and it continues to grow. And then the thing I love about gold is that, it doesn't corrode. It's going to be around, right? So you give this to your kids or your grand or whatever, you pass it down. I mean, 5,000 years from now, this will be the same thing. There's very few items in the world that will ever stay the same, over that long of a time period. So
let's say there's a guy named Jimmy. Jimmy has saved up maybe $5K in his account, extra money. He wants to invest. What should he buy with the $5K?
Yeah, I mean, I think most people, so what we do is they would call in and talk to Josh or Steve or a live person. So we're not like bots, and you don't buy online. You get to talk to somebody. So you're going to talk to somebody that has owned a lot of precious metals that buy. So it's a personal relationship. And so whether you buy gold, silver, platinum, or palladium or a combination. I was going to ask
about the other precious metals after.
Yeah.
We'll get into that after.
Yeah. So we have all of those. But I think ultimately it comes down to what we do is try to get an understanding of what is important to you.
Right. What's
your goals? And I think I would say just on a high level, gold is owned by central banks. It's more rare than silver. Banks use it to trade and barter. So it's less volatile typically. So if someone's really looking for something that's just kind of steadily goes up over time, then gold would be a good option. So they should get silver day to day. And as Josh said, it's in high demand and people want it, but day to day, it's more volatile. It can go because it's $30, $28, right? So if someone says I don't want to take the ups and downs of that, then gold's probably a better purchase. And then platinum and palladium are mostly just industrial metals. They're very low right now. They're both below $1,000. Platinum has been over $2,000. Palladium has been over $4,000, and they're both sitting in the 900
per ounce.
Per ounce, okay. They're both sitting in the $900 range. So I think a lot of times people will do kind of a combination, but I say out of the gate, if you had to ask me, majority, it's probably like 60-40 silver to gold, probably right out of the gate. You would say that's the.
And I have clients that just buy gold. I have clients that just buy silver. A lot of my older clients really focus on gold. A lot of my younger clients focus on silver.
Okay.
I don't want to relate it to Bitcoin, but I'm assuming just from what you said, let's say gold is the Bitcoin and Ethereum is the silver.
Yeah, I've heard that analogy too, because Bitcoin has a limited supply, right? There's 21 million coins. So I think that's been a natural, like gold and Bitcoin. Even when I do videos on YouTube, Bitcoin versus gold is like my top rated video of all time. They always think about that. So and I'm not saying my videos get the views your videos get, but I'm just saying, but I'm saying, I think Bitcoin, is used as currency, so it feels like gold also. There's a limited supply. It feels like it's been around the longest. So it has that similar dynamic. And also now that there's ETFs and hedge funds investing into into Bitcoin, it has a lot of the same properties. Ethereum too, but Ethereum, as you can just mint as many ETFs as ETH as you can. So there's no limited supply. So it's hard to say it's like silver in that it's, silver does have a limited supply. So it's hard to say it that way, but I see the analogy and a lot of people do ask us about that.
Okay. So the other precious metals, because everyone talks about silver and gold, those seem to be the most popular. And you guys are saying typically most people hold it 60-40, a little bit more silver than gold.
Correct.
You mentioned platinum and what was the other? Palladium.
Yeah, palladium.
What about copper?
Copper is gone up a lot, and it's good. The only problem is how big is your warehouse?
You need a lot of it to make sense, right?
Yeah. You need it. So sometimes people call us, and I mean, I'm sure we could sell it. But unless they're living on a 400-acre farm, I don't know if it's going to get them enough to make sense for financially. But platinum and palladium we've started to see a pickup in both of those metals. Palladium went up really high because in catalytic converters in Europe, people that was a really high demand because they're going really EV there. I know we're going there too, but they were a little bit ahead of us. So the palladium was used in their catalytic converters for the electric vehicles.
Okay.
So that's why that price really shot up. But now it's kind of come back to earth below 1,000, and platinum is used now in catalytic converters. It's used in a lot of the big trucks like Dodge and all these new trucks. They have a lot of platinum in them. So people believe that metal could sort of take off. So they're not the metals that everybody talks about, but I do think that they do have intrinsic value. And actually platinum out of the four is the hardest to mine. So it's
technically the most expensive per ounce right now.
It's not.
Oh, it's not.
In theory, it should be, but it's not. It's sitting in the $900 range.